It's day 21 of the month, your rent is paid, your last paycheck is already fading from memory, and you're standing in a grocery aisle doing math in your head over a $12 purchase. 3 weeks ago, you had a budget, a plan, maybe even a little hope. So why does week 3 always feel like hitting a wall? More than half of adults live paycheck to paycheck. But that simple line doesn't explain why the crash almost always comes at the same time. Around week 3, when the big bills are paid, but the month is definitely not over. If you earn somewhere between roughly $1,500 and $4,000 a month and still end up here, stressed and counting coins, you are not imagining it, and you are not alone. If you're wondering, why do I try to budget and still end up broke by week 3? What kind of plan actually works on my income? This video is for you. This is Wealth Mentor Pro, where every lesson is a step closer to your freedom. Stay with me, because in a few minutes, you'll see why your budget keeps breaking in the same place, and how a calm, realistic plan can finally make the money last through week 4. If you're always broke by week 3, you don't need more discipline, you need a better plan. Imagine your month as a route on a map. Most budgeting advice draws you a straight line. Here's your income at the start. Here are your categories. Just divide and go. But your real life isn't a straight road. It has turns, traffic jams, and surprise detours. Now let's ground that. Say you bring home $2,000 a month, paid $1,000 on the 1st and $1,000 on the 15th. Rent is $800 due on the 3rd. Utilities are $150 due on the 5th. And a loan payment of $120 hits on the 7th. By the time you reach the 10th, you've already spent $1,070 of that first $1,000. The map your budget gave you doesn't match the road your money is actually driving on. On paper, it says you're fine for the month. In reality, you're already running on fumes before week 3 even begins. Here's a first small step. Before you worry about budget categories, write down the dates your money comes in and the dates your major bills go out. One simple timeline, even on a scrap of paper. When you skip this, the cost is clear. Every month you hit week 3 thinking, I must be bad with money, when in reality, the timing, not your character, is the problem. Most videos will tell you to cut subscriptions or stop buying coffee and then move on. That might help a little, but it doesn't fix a bad map. The real shift comes when you stop blaming yourself and start changing the route. Let's stay with the navigation idea. If the month is a route, weeks are checkpoints. Most people try to drive the entire distance on one tank and then wonder why they're stranded by week 3. The truth is, you need refueling points along the way. Here's how that looks in real life. Take that same $2,000. Instead of thinking in one 30-day chunk, break it into 4 cash weeks. Week 1 starts when your paycheck hits. You create 3 simple buckets for each week: essentials, commitments, and flex. Essentials are food and transport. Commitments are rent, utilities, minimum debt payments. Flex is everything else, including a tiny buffer. Maybe in week 1, after rent and utilities, you've got $200 left for groceries, gas, and a $20 buffer. Week 2 has $150 for the same. Week 3, the danger week, is planned with $140 for groceries and gas and still a $15 buffer because some bills have been pushed earlier or later. It's not perfect, but now your money has checkpoints instead of one long stretch where you just hope it lasts. Your next step, take your next paycheck and divide it into 4 weekly fuel stops on paper, even if the numbers are small. Decide how much fuel each week realistically gets for essentials and a tiny buffer, even if that buffer is just $10. If you ignore this and keep treating your month as one long drive, the result is the same as running out of gas on a highway: stress, panic, and expensive quick fixes like overdrafts or high-interest credit. You might be thinking, that sounds good in theory, but my bills are where they are. I can't just move rent to fit my plan. And you're right, you can't move everything, but some parts of the road can be changed, and almost nobody talks you through that step slowly. Picture your month again, but this time, imagine a few road signs that can be shifted. Not all of them, but some. In real life, these are bill due dates and automatic payments. A lot of advice jumps straight to advanced tricks with credit cards or complicated banking systems and skips the simple, boring step of calling companies and asking to adjust dates. It's not flashy, but it changes where the pain lands. Here's a concrete example. Your paycheck dates are the 1st and the 15th. Right now, your internet bill of $70 is due on the 4th, your phone bill of $60 on the 6th, and small commitments like streaming or memberships of $40 are scattered around the first week that clusters $170 right after rent. If you call and move the internet to around the 18th and the phone to the 22nd, suddenly week 3 has extra fuel and week 1 isn't overloaded. So here's a simple action you can take this week. Choose one bill and ask, can we move my due date closer to the middle or end of the month? You may not get all of them changed, but even one or two can stop the week 3 crash from being so severe. If you leave everything where it is, just because that's how it's always been, you're signing up for another year of white-knuckling your way through the second half of every month. Underneath all of this is a feeling that often hurts more than the numbers. For many people with low or middle incomes, the worst part of week 3 isn't just being broke, it's the quiet voice saying, I failed again. I'll never get this right. That shame is what makes people stop budgeting entirely after a few attempts. If that's you, hear this clearly. If you're always broke by week 3, you don't need more discipline, you need a better plan. It's not about being weak, it's about using a system that was never designed for the way your cash actually moves on your income. I'm also curious about your experience. In the comments, tell me which week of the month usually feels the hardest for you. Week 1, 2, 3, or 4. Just the number is enough. You'll probably see you're not the only one stuck in that same week. The quiet truth behind the noise. This isn't about finding the perfect budget app or making a color-coded spreadsheet. The real shift is in how you think about time and money together. Most advice treats your budget as a snapshot. You need to treat it as a flow that moves through the month. So let's turn this into 3 simple rules you can actually live with over the next 90 days. Rule number 1, switch from monthly thinking to weekly cash flow thinking. When you stop asking, do I have $2,000 for this month, and start asking, how much fuel does each week get, you take back control over where the pressure shows up. The benefit is simple. You'll stop being surprised by week 3. For example, if your take-home is $2,400, your average weekly fuel is around $600. That doesn't mean you physically get $600 every Monday, but it gives you a mental cap. You might write, Week 1, $500 after rent. Week 2, $650. Week 3, $600. Week 4, $650. Now, if a $300 impulse purchase shows up in week 2, you can see instantly that it steals half the fuel for that week and pushes the problem forward. This isn't about perfection. It's about seeing the trade-offs before they blindside you. Spend 5 minutes each Sunday writing, this week's fuel, this much. Essentials, this much. Left for everything else, this much. That alone can keep you from driving straight into the week 3 wall. Rule number 2, protect a tiny weekly buffer before you try to be a hero with debt or savings. A buffer is a small amount of money you deliberately leave unused, just in case. On a modest income, people skip this step because it feels too small to matter. But without it, every surprise expense becomes a crisis. Let's make it concrete. Suppose you earn $2,000 a month. You decide that each week you'll guard just $15 as a buffer. That's $60 in a month. It won't change your life, but when a $40 school fee, a bus pass renewal, or a friend's birthday comes up in week 3, you have something. The real power is that not every surprise has to blow a hole in your plan. It also keeps you from swinging between all in and give up. You're not promising to save $500 a month right now. You're promising to protect $15 this week. So with your next paycheck, decide your weekly buffer first. Even if it's only $5, then build the rest of your spending around that. Ignoring this means that every small problem has to be solved with credit, stress, or skipping essentials. Rule number 3, treat the first 90 days as an experiment, not a verdict on your character. For most people earning $1,500 to $4,000 a month, life is too unpredictable to expect your first version of a budget to work perfectly. Seeing it as a 3-month test means mistakes become information, not proof that you're bad with money. Here's how that can look. Month 1. You design your weekly plan and adjust 1 or 2 bill dates. You roughly track where week 3 goes wrong. Maybe it's takeout, maybe it's transport, maybe it's the kids' expenses. Month 2. You adjust your weekly fuel numbers and add or shrink categories based on what actually happened, not what you hoped would happen. Month 3. You reinforce what worked and drop what didn't. By the end of those 90 days, your plan isn't theoretical anymore. It has your real life written into it. During those 3 months, keep that line in your head. If you're always broke by week 3, you don't need more discipline, you need a better plan. Then prove it by changing the plan instead of attacking yourself. Over time, you'll notice something subtle. Week 3 stops feeling like a cliff and starts feeling like just another bend in the road. There's one more small payoff I want to give you, something you can do in under a minute that ties all of this together. Think of it as your weekly check-in. Once a week, say Sunday evening, look at your account balance and ask just one question. Can this week's money carry me to next payday without touching my buffer? If the answer is yes, you're on track. If the answer is no, you adjust before the week starts. Maybe you cut one $25 plan, delay a non-essential purchase, or move a bill if you can. That single question is like glancing at your dashboard while you drive. It brings the whole system, weekly thinking, buffers, bill timing, into one quick moment of awareness. No complicated spreadsheet, no 2-hour budgeting session. Just a short, calm check that keeps you from drifting into another week 3 crash on autopilot. You don't have to turn into a different person to stop being broke by week 3. You just need a plan that respects how your money really moves, on the income you actually have. You've seen how mapping your cash flow, breaking the month into weekly fuel, protecting a tiny buffer, and treating the first 90 days as an experiment can start to change the story. If this helped you see your month differently, give the video a like and consider subscribing for more calm, realistic money guidance. And when you're ready, let YouTube take you to another Wealth Mentor Pro video so you can keep building momentum. This is Wealth Mentor Pro, and I'll see you in the next one.